Yeah, I can't hear.
Oh, yeah, I can't hear anything. Sorry. But I can hear you, Gonçalo.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
finally. Sorry. Yeah. So today we are live with our clients in Brand Builders Academy program. They're friends and they're also partners on e-commerce business. They're all from different backgrounds. There should be three of them. Unfortunately, one of them couldn't make it. I don't know. Maybe he'll join us later. And these guys have a grown e-commerce business from zero to $2,000 per week. So getting some good traction. And I want to ask them many questions about their journey, how they started the business, why they started the business, and just share an inspiring story with you guys to give you some inspiration and motivation to do what you wanted to do. So thank you so much for joining me, Gonzalo and Joao.
Thank
My
you.
pleasure. Thank you.
It's great to be
Awesome.
here.
Thank you guys for joining me. And as I mentioned, there's a third partner in your business, also your friend that unfortunately couldn't join today. He's a professional firefighter and doing some important things. You guys, Gonzalo, you mentioned you guys have some crazy stuff happening right now in your country.
Yeah, there's some fire points, a lot of fire points actually, right now in the north of Portugal, and yes, it's a bit messy here, but it's fine. Yeah,
Awesome. So, if you guys can share your stories, I know you come from different backgrounds. Gonzalo, if you can share your background and how you got into e-commerce.
definitely. I basically I met these guys, João and Augustus. We met like 7 or 8 years ago. I'm not sure. We were really fresh in this business world, but we wanted to do something different from the ordinary. And we started looking after like a lot of stuff, what we could do, what we could actually start doing. We've done and failed some businesses that we tried, small businesses, by trying to replicate some gurus online, just that we were just seeing, but we didn't have those results, mostly because we didn't have the knowledge or someone actually that could be there side by side. And definitely that e-commerce, we even tried e-commerce, drop shipping a long time ago, João and I. We failed because we didn't have like probably like 5 years ago, I think, João, right?
Four, I would say. Yeah, probably.
5 years
Yeah.
ago. Yeah, we failed because again we didn't have the right knowledge. We were just checking some videos on YouTube and everything and trying to follow, but didn't happen. And so we split, like let's say, our paths, and I started my own marketing agency. Jean, like he can share a bit of himself too, but it's a totally different background I had. I had also an engineering background, so nothing to do with whatever we're doing today. But we wanted to do something together, mostly like the three of us, and that's basically when we saw an ad of you, Alex, online, and we said like, this is the time, like this is the moment that we can get back together, because we never stopped believing that dropshipping or e-commerce was a really good option. So we thought like, why not now? Like, why not trying to do something together, and finally get some good results, and of course also having the right guidance too. And that's basically
Mm,
where we are at right now. Yeah.
awesome. And you, Joao, you come with is it Joao or Joao? Like, what's a better way to pronounce it?
It's João, but it's kind of hard. So anyway, it's good. I'm used to it.
So you Joao, you have engineering background, right?
Yeah, sure.
Interesting. So what kind of engineering?
Electrical and computer engineering.
Oh wow,
Yeah. To be
interesting.
to tell you the truth, when I went to college, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I always went very good with math, and I knew that I could do something regarding that, but I never knew what I could do and what I should do. A friend of my father said, "This is the best, so you should try it," and I did it. But in the middle of the studies, I met Gonçalo, and during some businesses, I started to understand that probably what I wanted was not to be the person that everyone looks and say, "Oh, amazing! You are the best because you have an amazing background because you studied a lot and you earn a lot." But what I wanted is to have the freedom to really enjoy my life, to have time to be with my friends, with my family, and to have the possibility to choose whenever I would like to work or to be with my wife or to do wherever I wanted to travel the world, who knows. And I think this was our major goal here, was to find out something that we could do to create in 1, 2, 3, 4 years, who would know. But after that we would have the freedom to choose. And when we found all the businesses and the possibility they would have to make us just have that freedom, that time, after that we just were looking forward to find something that could give us the time. But yeah, more specifically the time, not the money, because I think with work you can have always money for sure, but having that freedom, yeah, I think it's unbelievable. Yeah.
That's such a good point. Like you distinctively differentiate time from money, because there's a lot of people that might make good money like working, like 9 to 5 jobs, or running some business that may be like attached to like specific location, but they don't have freedom. Like, let's say if they wanted to travel the world, like live in another country, or even like work from home, they might not have that option to choose. They have to constantly be like at a certain place at a certain time. And e-commerce is one of those business models that allows you to have that freedom.
Yeah, for sure. And after a while, when we saw that we could just achieve something big here, I had we had a very big conversation, me, Gonçalo, and Augustus, and there was a time that I said, okay, I want to move this to another level, and that's when I said, okay, I'm a programmer right now, like 8 hours per day, but I need to focus on this, and that's why now I'm part time in programming, and now I'm doing the rest here, so that I
Yeah,
can focus and to launch it to another level.
because he started as a full-time, like, and he approached his boss and said, like, no more full-time, I want a part-time because I need to focus on different things. And that's amazing, like, to actually had the balls, sorry, but have the balls to actually say something like, yeah, I want to focus on something else. And without any guarantees, because there is no guarantee unless, like, you put the work in, that you'll get those results. And actually, it's been very good, I would say. But yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting that, but like you said, it everything starts from the belief, right? Like if people believe that they can make it work, like one way or another. And also, I love that you guys have this longer vision. Like you said, even if it takes like 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, to crack it, to get like amazing momentum with this business, it's still worth it, because like in the long term, like if you project like 10, 20 years from now, like you can build something that not only gives you the financial freedom, but also gives you the other freedoms, the location freedom, also like building the skill set, because the world is so quickly evolving. And e-commerce is one of those industries where like you just have to accumulate different sorts of skills. Like you have to learn how to market, you have to learn how to choose products, you have to learn how to optimize like websites and experience for customers, develop products over time. That gives you that comprehensive, well-rounded skill set that will be valuable, like no matter what changes in the world.
Yeah, definitely. And one of the things that we did was, of course, that we can always do it by ourselves as one, but the three of us working together, we did something different, which was to actually get the growth line a little bit shorter, because we are three, definitely, and we split ourselves and say, you focus on ads, you focus on the website, you focus on, I don't know, the creatives. So we actually split it, that so we could each of us know all the areas that we were working with, but at least we could, each of us could be good at one area only, so we could keep growing and growing and growing smoothly.
Mm.
And we even set some goals to achieve, and every single day we say like one day less, like for example today is, we set a nice goal for the 30th of this month, and every single day we send a message saying 12 days, 11 days, now tomorrow it's 10 days. So
Do you
of
want to
course,
tell why? What is the
because
goal?
it's going to be my birthday and I'm going to marry my birthday, like it's like 30 years on the 30th. So it's a very important date, but still, I mean, it was my goal that I share with these guys, and it's their goal too, you know. Like 5 or 6 months ago, and yeah, of course that we cannot put that pressure, and I feel that many times I put myself that pressure, and I'm that guy that puts a lot of pressure on myself. That okay, it's only missing like 11 days, okay, cool, but still there's time. Like it doesn't have to happen tomorrow, it doesn't have to happen in 11 days, it can happen like in 3 months, in 5 months. If in one year I'm a millionaire, it's totally fine. Like I'm gonna get there, I'm gonna be there, and the best of all is that I'm gonna be there with these guys. Honestly, that's where the whole purpose starts: doing something together, and building something successful together. Um, and yeah, we need to keep patient, and keep growing every single day, and learning a little bit every single day, doing something for it every single day. Yeah.
Mm. You guys have transitioned, from like different backgrounds, right? You getting into e-commerce, and most people, when you like, they might be thinking there's people that like even yourself, like you've been thinking about e-commerce for quite some time, and you tried it in the past, right? And now, like, you obviously you pulled the trigger, you just like committed more to it. So what would be your opinion on people saying that they don't have enough time to make it work?
Yeah, nice question. Do you know that when we started, we got an interview to understand if this was really what we wanted, and I think that call was one of the most important ones, because in that call we took the decision that we would do it, and it was not something that I would try, because we know that try is failing with style. That's what we say here in Portugal. It becomes prettier, but yeah, because if you are going to try to do something, you are going to fail. And here we wanted to make a good decision, a decision that if we are going to start, we are going to kill it. Because the point is, in that call, we are talking about, because we tried once and we wanted to make a decision to do it hardly. And when we were talking with your friend, he told us,
Max.
okay, but this is not which one?
Sorry, Max, I think.
Oh,
Max,
Max.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
He asked us, but why do you want to do this? And we were explaining why we wanted, and he said, okay, but do you know that you really want to do this for yourself? Because if I want it by myself, it won't work. It needs to be you. And it was very nice, because we understood that Max wanted us to have something better for our lives, but the most important was that he knew it was for us, and if we didn't want, he would say, okay, don't go for it. It was very nice. In that point we understood, okay, they want to help us, they will help us, so let's do it until the end. And regarding
Mm.
the time, we just scheduled, we planned. So in our schedule, we have time by time, hour per hour, what we are going to do during the day. And that's the most important thing, because if you are thinking about what you are going to do when you are going to do it, it's like what we say: more you think, more you doubt, less you do, and so on. So yeah.
That's interesting. So you basically split your time. Okay, there are certain segments of time where, let's say, you still have certain things that you do, like on the, let's say, engineering side, and then you have, other times where you just like, okay, this is the time for e-commerce. Like, I have to do these certain things. I have specific deadlines to hit, and you just go all in on those.
I think you have to, because if you don't, like, you get lost, because you start doubting, and asking like a lot of things. Like it happened to me, honestly. It happened to me. If I was not having a proper schedule, I even have a notebook where I not only my calendar, but a notebook with daily tasks. If I don't have it, I don't know what my direction is. I don't know point B is, I'm point A on what point B is. So if I have that guidance, I know exactly what I have to do, and I'll be much more productive. And I was not being productive in the beginning because I was not, I was doing like, okay, I have my work to do, not the e-commerce, but my normal daily work to do. I have other stuff to do, take care of my dog, whatever. Like I had a lot of stuff to do, but I was not organizing everything. And when you organize yourself, like this is what I feel like personally. When we organize ourselves, we put some pressure that on that time we need to finish that, and we know that like, we only have 1 hour to do. I don't know, like to study about this, or we only have 1 hour to kill, like to edit a whole creative. I don't know, like you only have that specific time to finish that task, and when you know that you only have that time, you give your 100% because you make that extra pressure on you. um,
This is such a good point, right? Because the way I see it is that, in terms of like starting the business, we live like in the best time in history, like because like we have all of the tools available to us. Like we have, it's very easy to get started with a business, but at the same time, we have the biggest amount of distractions that ever existed. We have all the social media platforms that are just like designed to suck you in, like just scrolling. They know exactly what you want to see, so they'll show it to you, and you can like people easily wasting hours of time per day. And the way you tackle it, I love it, is just pretty much setting up specific times for specific tasks. Like you have to get it done. There's a deadline. There's someone. Also, you guys are keeping each other accountable, because like I mean it just your partners, like, and you need to make it work. And there's one person that is relying on another person, and then like you all as partners kind of like have the same goals. And I love that kind of element of accountability, and also the structure that helps you to find time. I think it's about finding time. Even if you're like you guys have different backgrounds, you still have other responsibilities, but you are finding time to make it happen.
yeah, like all of us have 24 hours every day, right? And even we even found ourselves in the beginning because João was still at full, like doing his full time. I was still giving even more efforts to my work, my agency, and everything. But I mean, there were some times that we even slept like 4 hours, 5 hours a day because we were doing everything. We were still organizing ourselves. And what if, like, I think that extra effort is it's momentary. Like like it still happens sometimes, some days, because we need to put the hours in, but still, like we just need to understand that is like that hustle, that extra hustle is just momentary until we get to the point that things are much more smooth. And I'm not saying that we are already in that point, because we are not, like at all. We are just some babies getting started still, like, and we know where we want to go, where we want to be, but we are still doing that path and still learning while we are speaking here. I'm still learning while I'm saying, like, while I'm sharing with you guys, and listening to you guys too. So yeah.
This is very inspirational, because it just shows that like no one is perfect, right? And we all start with like you know limited amount of knowledge. We don't know many things. We have to figure out many things. But then as you evolve and as you grow your business, and if you're serious about it, then you just become better as a person, as a professional. You learn how to manage your time better. So it's not something that, like, let's say you were born and you knew exactly, okay, so here's how to structure my time. You have learned that over time. And that just, I think it's very inspiring for people that, even if right now they cannot manage their time, or they think that they don't have time, if
Yeah.
they're just like taking this seriously, then they can learn how to do it over time.
That's correct. Like you don't, I don't know what you think, João, but he's, I think, like he's the guy that does. I give a lot of time to one thing or two. He gives a lot of time or short times to multiple things, and he even goes and plays some football and everything. So I go to the gym. So we still have find that time to do so, but of course we need to give it that time. But what do you think, João?
Yeah, I think your goals need to be bigger than your excuses, for sure. And
Mm.
for me, the most important thing is we are planning for short time, long time, and mid-term. And I think that's really important because at long term, I want to not be worried about money. Okay, perfect. But at the short term, you need to think about, okay, I need to really work hard right now in order to get bigger sometime. And if I'm not willing to do that effort now, I know it. I will have the same life in about 5 years, and I know I wouldn't like to have that life, neither for me, for my family. So I need to do something. Otherwise, I would be in the same place in 5 years from now. So it needs to be me.
Mm,
I can't wait for someone to do it for me. And at the same time, me and Gonçalo and Augusto, we were always looking for people that were making a lot of money, millions and millions. We were like all the time asking, why not us? Why not
mm,
us? What we need to do to be there? Because we are willing to work, and that's the most important thing. So let's get it.
that's awesome. That's also like very good mindset, because in terms of resources, everything is available. And even I have some people like that like on the working like as getting some help for us like in the house and stuff like that. And these are young people and very smart people, but they don't ask me like, okay, so what to do, like what to do for a living, how can I learn that? And I think that kind of like curiosity mindset and also the ambitious mindset where you you just like, yeah, if this person can do it, why can't I do it? And I think this is it's small, but it's so profound, because there's many role models, and there's many great people on Instagram. There's some people that just not maybe not as good on Instagram and like on other channels that are sharing their experiences. But like a lot of people, they're just watching at them from like, oh, this guy, yeah, of course, he had this and this advantage, and that's why he was able to do it. And I don't have that. I have responsibilities, I have family, I have my job, I have. And so they start making all of these excuses instead of like, okay, if this person was able to make it work, you know I can probably figure it out too. And it probably won't be perfect from day one. It will be work in progress. It will take months and probably years to get to some point where I'm happy with where I am. But they still get on that journey and still commit to it. And I think this is a very, very important mindset shift that I think people who want to make it happen, they can make it happen if they really want it.
Yeah, you gotta be patient, and mainly you gotta be willing to learn and put the time in, like that time there. And most people are not willing to put that time and the effort.
Mhm.
And what I feel, sharing this the same opinion that João just shared, is that, I mean, when we look at some guys that are really successful already, you look at them, and this was our conversation so many times between the three of us, which was like, how the hell did that guy get there? Like, he has nothing more, nothing less than we do. So why can't we also be there? As Ron said, like, why can't we also be there? And again, we are not there, but we are at least a little bit, like, we are one or two steps further than we were before, and at least we are on that right, that direction already. And that's the thing, like, we just stepped, like, gave a step in front of us, like another step and another step and another step. So those, all those baby steps that are necessary. And what happens is just like going to the gym. You don't see any results in the first week or two, or even a month or two. You start seeing those results after 3, 4, 5 months, and even a year. Like, after a year, you see that the good shape you can be. But I mean, that's just the same thing. You gotta just put that time there, and believe that you can do. Because again, neither us, like, we have nothing more, nothing less than anyone that can be inspired or listening to this call. Like, we're just doing the things that we have to do to in order to get to that point of success. um, and those small successes and challenges that we get in front of us, those are the ones that get us learning and closer to that direction. Yeah.
For
Yeah.
sure. There are some people say that don't mix business with family or friends. Like, what do you guys have to say about that?
Choose well your friends. No, I think the point here is, you are the average of the five people that surround you. And I really wanted to have these guys surrounded me, because I knew that, for instance, in my job, I know that if I have a conversation regarding goals, regarding having more money, regarding, who knows, to have $1 million, they are like, what are you talking about?
Oh,
They don't understand.
I totally know what you're talking about. 'Cause I was working in a job, and like, I was broke, and then it's they were asking like, what's your goal? And I said, people say like, oh, I want to be the best. Like, I mean, I want to be good at this and this. I want to kind of like progress my career. And I said, like, I want to be millionaire by the age of 30. And people were looking at me like I'm fucking nuts. It's like, and after that, they're like, kind of like everyone kind of like avoided me. And but that's, yeah, I totally understand. It's crazy that most people, they just don't believe in themselves, or don't believe that they can do something bigger with their life.
And for
Yeah.
me, it's scary to think like that. Do you know? I'm
Mm,
frightened regarding not having the passion and the not be willing to dream. Do you know? And this is one of
mm,
the most scaring things that I have, for sure, because I know that, I imagine if I'm dying right now and I didn't go for it, because if I would, right now, there wouldn't be any problem, because I'm willing to work hard and to go after it. But if I didn't, and it's like 70, 80 years from now on, and I wouldn't fight for it, that would scare me for sure. And that's why I always said Gonzalo, Augusto, and Gonzalo shares the same ideas as me, that we need to be focused, to be together, because we are so much stronger together. And at the same time, we are friends, but we know how to distinguish the times, and that's very important, because we know when we need to have time to joy and to drink, etc., we do it as well. But when we have to work, yeah, we are going to work hard for sure.
And when you get older, like I just feel like as I'm close to 30, how old are you, Alex?
I'm 34.
Different. Okay. Like when we are getting older, and you've experienced that for sure already. Like it's like you get your friend zone much closer and closer and closer. Like those really
Mhm.
close friends get smaller, like less, like they decrease the number. Uh, and then I feel like that's what made us able, or at least made me able to focus on my own things instead of having a lot of people just messing around and inviting us to do this and that and this and that get our focus totally out of the way. And it's hard to focus and just stay alone and stay just focus on one thing or two, but you are there and you don't get you don't allow yourself to get distracted by other people. That's why I feel like that circle gets so closer and closer. And of course, when you hit that success, that's your side. That's what you can say. Like after that, of course, the circle can open a little bit more again, right?
It's still I'm very, very selective, like who I spend my time with. Like, I think it's kind of, and I think it's important to be selective who you spend time with, who you surround yourself with. And uh you know it's just kind of the information that you get from some people is not very productive. And I had to stop communicating with some of my friends because their values and their views on life were totally different. And it's not just that, I still, like, I still love them and respect them, but they were just like, even when I'm like, let's say you're trying to do something, and that friend tells you like, oh, this will not work, right? This is bad idea. I see Joe always smiling. It's like, yeah, it's like what,
So many
yeah,
times.
it's not for you. Like, you, like, entrepreneur, like, you've never started the business, so you never had business experience, like, you shouldn't even try. And so, yeah, those people definitely need to be cut out.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think the most funny thing is that after a while, they already know that you are going to do it, because you
Mm,
said it so many times that at the first time they are just making fun of you. At the second time they are like, maybe, who knows. At the third time I'm not, and I'm even I'm very far away, but they know that I will do it. And I think you build that with actions. If you do
mm,
it a little bit more, and then there are times that they are saying, oh, you are not as present as you were. Why? Because I have goals, because I will create something huge. And there, when you were asking, okay, how do you manage the time, there are times that you need to say no,
mm.
of
That's
course, because you need to have priorities.
yeah. It's also such a good point that if let's say you're here in life and you want to go here, there's certain like I mean you can call it sacrifices, right? That have to be like taken along the way. That's like some of the people like some of the things like you have to stop doing because they're simply not moving you towards that goal. And sometimes that could be just unproductive conversations. Sometimes that could be doing certain things. Sometimes could be like going to certain places that take a lot of time and energy but simply not worth and not contributing to your goal. And those are hard choices because let's say if you've been doing that for like 5-10 years, there's a habit, right? Like and kind of like behavior patterns. And now like you want to go here, you have to adjust those behavior patterns. And it's it's a deliberate choice. But Joao, you made such a good point in terms of like your reason why needs to be bigger than your excuses or something like that.
Yeah.
I think that's such a big point.
Yeah, for sure. And it's because it's funny because over the time we started to make like a meeting, like I don't know, 3 times per year or so, just to review those goals that we have. When it was near to New Year resolutions, we were like defining, so what do you want for the next month, for the next year. And at the
Hmm.
middle of the year we were like, okay, how is it going, what do we need to do more, what do we need to do, or do we need to change the strategy. So that's why I always like to split the goals in those times, because it's very important. And the most dangerous thing is that if you let it go, because there are a lot of people, just it's one more year and it just goes away, and what happened? Nothing.
Mm,
Yeah, just one more year and you are just getting a paycheck, and it's that, and that's it. I don't want that for my life, neither for my kids. So
mm,
and
Eh,
I just want to say one thing, Gonçalo, sorry.
eh,
um yeah, for the people that is listening, about 6 months ago we were talking, maybe we should do the course, let's try it, we deserve it. And yeah, it's very grateful to be here with you, Alex, today, and listening to the kachin, do you know, in our
yeah.
cell phone, and have a sale that we had right now. So sorry, I needed to say that. It's amazing. Yeah,
Thank,
let's say
thank, thank you,
it.
Draw. Thank you so much. And we've been blessed to work with you, and we're looking forward to get you to the next levels, help you get there. And what would we say? Like, how has been your experience with BBA, like overall?
Honestly, it's been great. It started again, like we didn't know much. Like I would say almost nothing. I know a little bit about ads, but more for lead generation, not for e-commerce. Like at all, it's totally different. And we started basically from ground zero, like and understanding, learning how to do it, what to do exactly, and seeing the market, how to create a nice website, and we got that help from the beginning itself. So many calls during the week. That's great having a coach, only for ourselves, not only for ourselves, but at least it can find some time for us every single week. And whenever you request that, that's great. And Jeremy, that's our coach, like he has been helping us like a lot. um, and every single call we learn something new. Every single call we learn something that we were not even thinking about. And just it's a great help, and it's been so good to partner with you guys, honestly. Yeah.
Mm, that's awesome, and that's so happy to hear this. Because we created our program like the way that I wish I had, the guidance like when I was starting out, because I was like just doing trying different things, trial and error, and I didn't have that guidance. So the we wanted to create the experience for people to just learn these things faster. I mean, many things like you can learn probably by yourself, like just going on YouTube, like random groups and stuff like that. But we just wanted to put everything in one place and just give people that shortcut to learn the skills they need to grow their businesses and change their lives.
Like there are a lot of videos, like a lot of videos, very very specific, like really very specific on how to build a store, how to do a creative. You guys even show how to edit the creatives, for example, like so it's just a small and simple thing that we all have the step by step on how to do it. And I feel like this is exactly what we missed 4 or 5 years ago when we failed first in first place with drop shipping, because we were not having the right guidance there, right? And I feel that definitely you guys have nailed it on that, like and there's another step and the next step that we are eager to learn more about. But definitely that it's been a great journey again. Like it's awesome. We are still getting started. I keep always saying that. But yeah, I know that we keep our motivation here. Some days you see that the sales are not on the point, but of course, like we keep on testing and doing everything. And with the right guidance, as you guys have been giving us, it keep us like alive, it keep us going after it, keep us want to do more and to keep on going.
Mm. Yeah, we just last 2 weeks ago we just had our event in Budapest with our clients. So BBA is to get that initial momentum to the business, get it to like few $1,000s a day, and then we have our elite mastermind. This is for people that already like doing some substantial numbers. And yeah, we have like many clients that are doing millions of dollars per month. But looking at you guys and looking at your journey and looking at your mindset, it's like I see you guys like absolutely destroying it, and getting to like millions of dollars per month is definitely possible. Like these guys, like because we started working with them, they're like just starting out like as you guys, like getting that initial momentum, getting those like first wins. And but the bigger picture is that there's many like kind of like layers and many levels to success. And for some people it could be getting their first sale, like when you're just starting out, then getting to a few $100s, few $1,000s, then it's getting to hundreds of thousands, then it's like millions of dollars. But as a bigger picture, like in a bigger kind of like e-commerce, like the whole like industry, it's like it's such a small fraction, right? But like for regular people like us, it's like it could be life changing. Like getting business to like millions of dollars, like being able to help our families, being able to have the freedom. It's absolutely life changing, and I absolutely see you guys like just absolutely destroying it, and getting this business to some massive numbers.
That means a lot, hearing something from like that coming from you, that's for sure.
I mostly I pay attention to the mindset. For me, it's like I see if like skills are learnable, right? So we apply the same framework even like when we hire people, when we bring people on board to our company. It's if person has the right mindset and is open-minded and believes that they can do it and believe that they can learn like new skills, because the world is so fast-pacing. Like even the skills that you might have had like 1 year ago, probably now you have to kind of like adjust those skills and learn some new technologies, some new tools. Like things kind of like change over time. But as long as you have the right mindset, you can succeed long term. And that's what I see in you guys. You have an amazing mindset. You're looking at the business long term. You know that it will take trial and error. It will take some learning. You'll probably make some mistakes along the way, but you have that bigger picture. Okay, you want to build a big business that will set you guys for lives, and will give you that freedom. And that's for me the most important, because I know the skills If you have that mindset, then you will adapt new skills. You'll learn the skills that needed to get you to that level. But mindset always goes first.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
And I just want to say that you also gotta be willing to do those sacrifices that you mentioned before, but even financially, because you gotta keep on testing and testing and testing. Of course, if you see that the product is not being successful, you kill it instantly. But after some time, of course, but at a certain point, when you feel like, okay, this product is having nice sales, it's growing good, like you gotta keep willing to be there and to keep the boat like, above the water, and just keep on feeling like how to say, like, to actually keep on growing and going and making the business alive on that point, because it's tough. Like, sometimes it's definitely tough when you don't have that mindset, that strong mindset, that you don't have to have it, but at least you need to know that it's just, you need to keep on moving it,
Yeah. Uh,
and yeah.
yeah, I would even say that the best investment is in yourself, and the bigger example that I have of that is Gonçalo, for sure, because I would love for you to see how is editing the videos, how is it, because I compare it with people that is doing that in my job, and I already said, Gonçalo, if you just stop this and went to my job with those skills that he has now, I'm pretty sure that he would be earning a lot of money, for sure. But he didn't know anything. He just go
Mm,
ahead and try. That's why I agree with you. The skills is not the important thing. You need to be willing to really invest in yourself, to really understand if you really think that you deserve something better or not, if you want something better or not, and go after it. I think that's the most important thing, for sure.
awesome. And
Thanks.
what
You
is
got me embarrassed.
yeah. What would you guys say is the biggest thing that you learned inside of the program so far?
Hmm.
Yeah, I think one very interesting thing is that um, it seems like we are in a roller coaster, because there's a time that you feel like, okay, that's here we go, we are rocking, and poof, and you fall. And then I think when you are falling, that's the most important thing, because there is where you get the toughness, the strength to say, okay, wait, you can do it, you are strong enough, let's go, let's try it again. And after a while, when you fall, you don't fall so much, because you already know, okay, it could happen,
Mm,
go ahead, but I know I'm just aiming a little bit higher now, and we can do it a little bit more. And I think that's so important, because you gain the strength here, because in your job you are just used to, okay, go there, you just do what you have to do, you lunch, you do whatever you have to do in the afternoon, okay, go home. It's always the same. And here you are always learning, trying, failing, trying, but you are improving so much more, and I really love it, for sure.
Supporting that idea, it's like, if you are always going up and up and up, like, you'll stop learning somehow, because you are looking after more information to learn about that thing, because you already are crushing it, smashing it. And when we go down, when you have those drops, that's when you review all the work and starts analyzing everything and understanding why is it not working, how can I make it work. And then that's when you learn even more, and that's why those ups and downs are always there. But the next up is always bigger than the previous one. So definitely that, yeah, the knowledge curve is amazing. Yeah.
and this is such a big point, because I think overall perception of the business for people that have never like run a business, or maybe don't have like role models in their family, or around them that run the business, is that when you get in business, you make something work, and the business like just goes up, right? But it's not like that. Like, it's not like that even for the most successful companies on the planet, even like Amazon, like Facebook, like Elon Musk is constantly dealing with all sorts of issues, right? It's like goes up, they have good year, good quarter, yeah, they're selling like a lot of cars, and then boom, something happens. I don't know, production issue, like some lawsuit, something happens with the business, like goes down, like readjusts a little bit, right? Then learns from that experience, becomes better, then gets the business to new heights, and something happens again. And so I think just having that mindset, like from day one, that it won't be kind of just like up and up and up and up. Like there will be some setbacks along the way, and you can learn from those, and you can become better as entrepreneur, as human, as individual, as professional. And but at the end of the day, if you project that learning for the next 5 years, like you become like a savage entrepreneur. It's like no matter what life throws your way, you know how to, okay, yeah, it's the problem, let's fix it, let's move on, let's take the business forward. And
Yeah,
I think that that experience and that kind of like tough skin that you develop like while growing a business is one of the most like valuable things that you can have.
I agree. How were you dealing with those moments, like yourself?
I mean, initially it was very hard. Like, for example, when I started the business, like first time my ad account got shut down. And I'm like, oh, my ad account can get shut down. Like, what do I do? Like, and I reach out to support, and then like, and then obviously, they're extremely slow, and they're like, how it is like with Facebook,
It happened.
and
It happened.
and so
It happened.
at first it was like very painful, but then I was also like joining like communities and courses and buying calls with people. And okay, there's also people that are facing those same issues, but there is solution to that. Oh, okay, so what's the solution? Let me figure it out. And so now I learned the solution. So next time it's not even an issue. Okay, the issue happens. I know the solution, and then it's like those like it's the same as with you guys, right? It's like my journey was like literally the same. It's like your lowest lows becomes kind of like not as bad, and over time you just learn to. I remember when my first ad account got shut down, I was depressed for like a week. Like, yeah. And then now it happens like, okay, it's like 10 minutes. Okay, yeah, we have this, like we have solutions. Let's move on. And I think like with that experience and with going through more of those challenges, it's the same as when you're growing muscles, right? If you do the same exercises for a long time, over time, muscles stop responding to them. So you have to change your routine. You have to readjust. You have to change your diet. You have to change something, and it's the same. It's like, but I think the biggest thing is that the journey, your entrepreneurial journey for people that are watching, want to get into business, you want to change your life, want to have the freedom that you want to have, most likely unless you're like the luckiest human being like alive, it won't be like this. It will be like this. Then there will be some setbacks, you'll learn from it, you'll become better, you'll get to a higher level, there'll be some setbacks, and it's kind of like goes up and down, but overall the trajectory is up, and that's the most important. If you're looking at like bigger picture, okay, what kind of entrepreneur I was 6 months ago, what kind of entrepreneur I was like 12 months ago, and if you see that like progression over time, I think that's the most important thing that you gain from this experience. And then you see respectively also your income growth, your business growth. It just directly correlated with your individual growth as a person, as a entrepreneur.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure. And I think the easier part to be in BBA is that you have someone always here to help you, and that's good because when we were trying it by ourselves, it was just growing, and then we went to a part that we said, okay, what now? And how are we going to do it? And we tried, and when we are trying, there were times that we thought that we were growing, but we weren't. And here we have a guy that just sit down with us and says, okay, you should do this, here you should do this, and here you should change this. After that you already know, okay, if I do this, I'm going to grow. So I think we are not genius here. The genius were the guys that just created the curse that just says what we need to do, because everything is implemented. That's the truth. So we are just um, um, holding the tools and building our tower, doesn't matter. So it's everything it's done, and we just need to keep going doing the process. And next time we talk, we are going to be in ESS for sure, because we are keep working, and we need
Let's
to
make
be
it happen. Let's
yeah,
make it
for sure.
happen. And shout out to you guys for like implementing, because you know I believe we have the best e-commerce like training like available on the market. I've been to many programs, like I've took good parts from it. I've we removed bad parts from it, and we just created, I think, great experience for everyone to learn and elevate their skills. But at the end of the day, it's only as good as implementation and people kind of going through it and implementing it. So shout out to you guys for following through, for being curious. A lot of people would be just like, yeah, I have a problem, and they kind of like keep it to themselves. You guys are reaching out for help proactively. You're looking for solutions. You're looking to proactively solve the problems that you're facing. And that's, in my experience, what differentiates people that make it in business and people that are not. Because some people just like, yeah, and they start like, oh, poor me, unfortunately, yeah, it's not for me, maybe it's for other people, it's too hard. And you guys are proactively looking for solutions. You're following the process, and that just, yeah, I'm looking at this like as a journey, like, and for some people it's faster, for some people it's longer, but as long as you stick to the journey and you have specific goals and you have specific reason why you want to achieve those goals, like you will inevitably get there.
Yeah, yeah. And you mentioned something amazing, which is that uh, no book, any course, no, like not any video that you watch, nothing will work for you unless you do, like unless you work, right? So you need to put everything that to learn into action in order to get that success. And BBA is not magic if you don't touch or do anything or replicate or do the steps that BBA shares. And this is exactly what we have done. Uh, we've gone through every single 1.1 or 1.2 or 2 or 3.1, 3 point whatever video that is there, and applied it. Basically, that's it. And we kept learning with it. And it's not just, I don't know how some courses can be, but I feel like it's not just something that when you get stuck, that you don't find a solution. No, you have the solution. You look for somebody, like you just, that is there, it's available. It's not just like you are not oh, you want to look for somebody and it's not there. No, it's actually there. You can find that person there. If it's not Jeremy, it's going to be Jacobo. It's not Jacobo, it's Omid. It's not Omid, is somebody else. Like it's going to be there. Someone is definitely going to be there to help. And that's the thing, like you have the answers if you ask them. If you don't ask,
Mhm.
like of course you won't have any answer.
For sure, for sure. And so, what would you say to someone who's like on the fence of joining BBA, or other of our programs? Like, what would you say to those people?
I, I would make a question, if you don't mind,
Yeah, yeah.
which is, uh, if it's not now, like when is it that you're gonna do something to change your life, right? To do something that gets you closer to your goals. And another question: if it's not you, who's gonna do it for you? Like like that's my
Mm,
question. It's not just about the BBA. It's about everyone in the call. It's about everyone that wants to achieve more. Those late nights thinking about, oh yeah, I want to do something else. Those 30 or 1 hour minutes in the toilet, like scrolling and scrolling, like,
yeah.
and think, oh, maybe I could be doing something else. This is the time.
Or being stressed out, right? A lot of people, they're actually like not happy with their jobs, or they're not happy with the amount of money they're making, and that causes them a lot of stress. But then most people don't do nothing about it. And then what happened? I mean, it's like if you do nothing, like nothing changes. Like it just kind of you know action and reaction thing. It just inevitably. And I'm just reflecting on my own journey. It's like when I was joining my first like courses, like masterminds, like mentorships, like I was freaking out. Like it's like investing money and and paying money. And I don't know if you guys had the same experience with BBA, but then now, like, but I still pulled the trigger. And now just reflecting on those things, so those were like some of the most like pivotal like moments in my journey, because now I committed. Let's say I paid someone. Now I have extra pressure on myself. Now I want to like, okay, I want to make it work. I need to make money back, and I need to just like prove to myself I can do it. And now there's like other people in that community that also want to like, I see that it's possible. So now there's so many extra layers of accountability that are added. Plus, obviously the tactical things and strategical things that I can implement. But I don't know, how was it for you guys when you were joining BBA? Like, were you kind of like nervous? I know it's investment that you have to make, and like what was your thought process?
You want to share, Joel, for example, that we started and our first call was scheduled only for a week later, and we were like, "Oh my God, what we gonna do? Like, it's only in a week. What can we do till then? Like, how it's gonna work?" And we simply messaged Max, and he got a call with us, like with Jeremy, actually for the next day. Instantly solved. That stress was there, but it
Uh,
was solved right away. For example, right?
Yeah, I think when we started, we only knew that we were anger. We wanted it more than anyone. When we said, Jeremy, we are going to do it. So, and we know that there are a lot of people that say that are going to do and then don't do anything. If you are listening and you have bigger goals, and you know that you deserve something better, start and then figure it out, because you won't know it until you start. And when you start it, you'll see that you have a lot of things to do. You'll have a step by step of what you need to do, how to do it. So just start it and learn in the process. Because
mm,
what do you prefer? Not do anything and just start thinking, what if I started? Or you just start, you are here, and now you have the chance to become millionaire.
mm.
I think
And
you need to choose. Yeah.
and do you guys feel like it's kind of getting that traction with your business, like getting it to this point with your skill sets, with your knowledge, with understanding, and also with business progress? Do you feel like it's something that you probably could have figured out on your own?
For me, yes, but I wasn't willing to wait so much time for that, because probably I would do it like you, Alex, but I would took like do what we did right now. We would stay like for years maybe to have it. So I think that's the most advantage here, because you are paying time, and for me,
Mm,
time is precious. So yeah.
Yeah, you are making that learning curve again like much shorter, and that's the thing. Like, we could get there eventually,
yeah.
but at least this way we know that we have all the right steps and all the right guidance to get there much faster if we put again that work, you know.
Hmm. And knowing what you know now, like if you could go back in time, I don't know, when you first like started, just playing with e-commerce, and if you could tell yourself one thing regarding starting your own business, like what would it be?
Believe bigger, faster, I think. I think it would be the thing.
Yeah, don't think don't think too much, or don't overthink too much, and just cut all the distractions. This is a drug, right? This is a drug. And it is like, it's a big problem, and you need to disconnect from the world for a certain period of time. And if you are willing to, or not willing to, let make the other, like, let's change the sentence. Like, if you want to get that freedom, or to get where those your idols are, your inspirations are, like, you definitely gotta sacrifice yourself a little bit for a
Mm,
certain period of time. That's it. It's like, how you say, it's like, hard, how you say, it's hard choices, easy, like, it's, yeah, it's easy choices, hard life,
yeah,
like, hard choices, easy life, and that's it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, you're legends, and I 1000% confident like you'll be at next benchmark is 100K a month. That's the next one. and then it's 1 million a month. So 100K a month, we do another conversation. And you guys are extremely inspirational, and it's been my
Alex,
pleasure. Yeah,
it's recorded. You
yeah,
heard
yeah,
the?
yeah,
I
yeah. Oh
heard.
yeah,
I heard
oh
what
yeah.
you said.
We will refer to it. Yeah, 100%.
Amazing. I won't
And
forget.
yeah, and you guys are very, you guys have tremendous mindset, and very inspirational stories. So looking forward to, to help you with any resources that we can, we can help you, and just help you accelerate that journey, and help you guys, achieve your goals in life, more freedom, obviously more financial success. And thank you so much for your trust, joining our community, and getting on this journey together with us.
Thank you for being side by side with us. That's the most important. And thank you also for having us here,
Yeah,
Awesome.
our
Alex.
pleasure, my friend. And
And
I will wait
we'll
for the
drop.
call.
We've had some people. We have some people that were asking about your Instagrams. I think we have some people from Portugal actually that want to connect with you. So if you can, I'll drop the Instagrams of your guys. So maybe if yeah, there's some cool entrepreneurs that want to connect with you, you guys can connect. And also we have actually some clients in Elite Mastermind from Portugal as well. I'll connect you separately on WhatsApp.
That would be
Nice.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yes,
Awesome.
that would be
Thank you
amazing.
guys. It's been
Thank
a
you so
tremendous
much, Alex.
pleasure, and yeah, we'll see you at 100K a month.